afternoon, everybody. This is Carol's Daily Sauce, and I'm coming to you guys again today on Labor Day just to have just a little chit chat. So, um, y'all, I am not one to do a lot of ranting. I'm not one to do a lot of complaining. And if you're that type of person, if you're anywhere like me, where even in the past, as a child, I would, to keep the peace, not say things. I would do things that I didn't like, even in past relationships, just to keep the peace. But there literally, honestly, comes a time in one person's life or in anybody's life where you get tired of the same old, same old. You get tired of the same old games that people play. You get tired of the disrespect. You get tired of just being tired. Can anybody relate to me? So basically, today I woke up this morning, everything appeared to be okay. My husband and I had planned when we went grocery shopping on, I forgot what day it was, last Thursday. We had gotten all our stuff for us to cook for Labor Day. Now, the plan was, or we had spoke about buying a grill because we don't own a grill now, but we didn't buy the grill. So what I was going to do was go ahead and parboil the meat and then cook it in the oven. Of course, if you all are like me or was raised to cook like me, you use your garlic powder, your onion powder, your rub, you use liquid smoke and things like that so you can give it the taste of being cooked outside. To be frankly honest with you, I am not an outdoorsy person. I don't like to smell like grill. I don't like to be out in the sun. Um, I don't like sand. I'm not a beach person. I'm not an outdoorsy girl. I don't like bugs, and stuff like that. So it really was um, the plan to cook on outside or grill outside. It was okay because I do like the taste of the grill. However, for many, many, many years, I have said to my children, I even mentioned this to my ex-husband, I mentioned this to my mother and a lot of other people, we as human beings need to be careful with grilling. Anytime that you have um, a lighter fluid, so an ignition, okay, that's exactly what it is, an ignition to spark a fire, to cook something, the charcoal can't be good for you. Now, granted, I love charcoal face masks. I love charcoal face peels, but I'm talking about literally ingesting the smoke taste from the charcoal into our body. I don't believe that that can be good for us. I mean, I could be wrong, but I know that years ago I said that um, Cheetos, hot Cheetos, were not going to be good for you or for the kids because if you notice when they first came out with hot Cheetos were in the hood. You found them in Virginia in the hood. You found them in Chicago in the hood. You found them in Michigan in the hood. You found them only in those places in the hood where black people, or not necessarily black people, but even Hispanics and whites resided, those that were not very, very rich resided. And I think that people that come up with these things as a way of depopulation. If they introduce this some of society can be population. We can lessen the population. Now, grilling has been around a long time. We know that, but that is one of the reasons why I'm not really keen on grilling. But y'all, today ain't a good day for me. I am so 100% annoyed. I don't understand the actions of people. I'm not the type of person that likes to be pushed into a situation, because unfortunately, if I am pushed into a situation, what can end up happening if I don't pray is I can say and do things that are not favorable, meaning I can fall into my flesh. Right now, I'm being pushed, and I am not happy about the situation. So what I'm going to do on this wonderful Labor Day is stay in my room. I just got out of the shower. It's a little late, I know, in my pajamas, and I'm just going to mind my own business and do my own thing. I don't want to go into too much detail as to what I'm referring to, but I basically came on here to say this. If you are the type of person that likes to nitpick with people, that likes to do things to people to get a rise out of people, especially when the people are not paying you any mind, they're not bothering you, they are God-fearing people, they are praying, they are going to church every Sunday, you guys, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. No one is. But I tell you what I am doing. I'm doing whatever I can to make my life peaceful and to make the people that I live with around me peaceful. But unfortunately, some of the people that I live with are not doing that. And that is so hard. So, unfortunately, you guys have seen me in a horrible state. I literally went into the bathroom, turned on some gospel music, and I tried to pray and just kind of get my mind to a better place. But I'm so annoyed, I cannot even get to that better place. I'm so annoyed. And I think what it is this situation that I'm currently in has happened more than one time. And I'm a firm believer of situations and how they happen. And I know that when I was raising my children, if my children done something and they did something and it was wrong, I corrected them. If they did it again, I corrected them. After a while of correcting them, they begin to realize this kind of stuff right here is not going to work with my mama, and I shouldn't do it again. I know that I have seen situations, and I'm being kind of like beating around the bush because I don't want to go too deep into it, but I've seen situations, and I tell you, being here, living with my mother-in-law and with, my husband and my son and stuff, I can really see the reason a lot of the things are the way they are, because things are done, people don't talk about it. I came up in a family where it was just my mother, and it was her 4 children, 3 girls and 1 boy. And all the girls were older, and my brother was the youngest. He was a surprise. And when he came, by the time my brother came, I was 10 years older than him. So he was surely a surprise baby. But at that time, my mom had remarried, and she had remarried, and I know that my stepfather didn't have any children at that time, any other children at that time. So he wanted a child, and my mother was young enough to bear children, and so she gave him one, and he was the best thing that happened in our life. But I said all that to say this: when you have a family, network, those that live in the household, always keep the lines of communication open, whether it be with you and your spouse, whether it be with you and your children, or whomever it is that you actually live with. Because when you don't keep the lines of communication open, what can end up happening is animosity. People can become angry because the reality is, depending on who the person is, what the person is going through, what the person is dealing with, that person's situations that they're dealing with can become yours. Because what they do is they bleed off on you, not physically bleed blood, but they bleed off on you in their actions. They bleed off on you in their conversations. They bleed off on you in all the things that they do. I'm not, and never have been, the kind of person to just say, okay, once again, I'm going to sweep this thing under the rug. I don't do that. In my household, when we were coming up, and that was when I was younger, and the way I raised my children is, we had family meetings when things didn't go the way that we wanted them to do. See, I don't think that everybody should just beat their kids and say it's going to be this way. My mother raised me and my siblings to have a voice. Everybody had a voice. We all lived in a household and everybody had a voice. And when things were done, when things were said, when somebody didn't like it, if something was done and somebody didn't like it, we discussed it. And we discussed it in an effort to make sure that it didn't happen again. We can't, as Christians, look at situations that are going on and say it's the enemy all the time. A lot of times you need to call those things out and bring it to the surface so that the person that is actually doing the action will even, number one, know that they're wrong. Number two, know that you recognize they're wrong. I am not one to sit back with cotton in my mouth and just shut up. I just don't do it. And I'm telling you right now, I am. If you guys are prayer warriors, pray for Carol. Because right now, I'm in a situation right at this very moment where I am so angry. I'm so angry. And normally when I get upset and when I get angry, I cry. I can't even cry. I'm so mad about what was done. Like I said, if I were to go in great detail, I'd be as bad as all the people that I do reaction videos on, and it probably sounds like I'm like going around the corner through the valley and doing stuff, but I'm just tired. I'm just tired of a lot of situations, and part of that has to do with when you live with people and you don't have your own place a lot of the times, or whatever the situation may be, whether you live with people and don't have your own place, whether you came to live with a person or whatever, I don't know, whatever the situation is, I just think that when people live together, they should respect the rights of others. And when you don't respect the rights of others, you're disrespectful and you need some help. All right, you guys, I had to get that off my chest. I had to get it off my chest. Do I feel better? Nope, I still don't. But I'm just going to lay here and look at some YouTube videos. But if you're a prayer warrior, Debbie Mallet, please pray for me right now. I need you, sister. I really, really do. I'll talk to y'all real soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I just wanted to let you guys know it's some realness here. I'm not always this happy-go-lucky person that doesn't have issues. I have issues like everybody else has them. I'm human and I live in the world. And I go through ups and downs and situations just like everybody else. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Still, I say God bless you and I love you all. Bye-bye.